Ooh. Hi, I'm coming to you from the dark office instead of the light office. Oh my gosh, close unused applications. Okay, let's do it. I can't close that. I can close this. Um, Hi, it's Sarah, just as organized as always. Let me close a few more windows and close that. Um, I'll close that. I'll close that. I took a class this weekend. Nope, don't close that. Well, we'll talk about all the classes I took. One of the problems with the class I took was that the internet kept going out. So I'm like, not mine, the teacher's. So you know, I was being judgy. And so I should really try to not have mine do the same. Okay, those all stay open. Hi, coming to you from the dark because I had so many things. Oh my gosh, you're already there. I had so many things in my office to try to make Zooming easier that I had, hey Bram, that I had lost like the office. I had to like scooch around sideways between everything to get anywhere. And it was not a comfortable place to work anymore. So the giant lights, there's two of them, are back there waiting to decide how they're going to be used. My ring light is out in the hall. You're getting the reflection. Today's reflection comes from the lamp. I have one lamp on. See? One lamp, and then you get a little glow from downstairs because you can see the door from this angle. But my little corner with the picture with the picture with the stitch that's messed up, it's still there, and my tree is still there. I put a chair there, so maybe someday I'll be like able to sit comfortably and do Facebook Live from the comfort of my little knitting nook, but which I guess I could do. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe after I finally ever get my hi Anna. Maybe after I finally ever get my new iMac, I don't know. We'll see. It'll be different every time. But yeah, I have one little lamp on. It's getting dark outside. Oh, the glare is also because here you can see the Zoom or not Zoom, the Facebook Live screen in my glasses. So hey, you can watch it that way too if you want. Um, I made a list. I have like an actual agenda. Woo! Uh, my first problem is that I have this timer. It's up to 3 hours and 3 minutes and 48 seconds. And I know what I was timing, and I've been done with the thing for a long time, but I have to figure out when I was done with it and then figure out how much time has elapsed and then subtract that amount of time from whatever the current, I'm going to leave it running. And then I'll know how much time to charge the person I was working for before I forgot to turn off the timer. So, hi, Diane. So, this is the troubles of working from home as a freelance technical editor is you time your work and then you forget to stop timing your work. So that's one of my new jobs for today is to figure out when to stop, when the timer should have stopped. Whoops. Um, it doesn't happen a lot that because normally this is my phone. Normally I put that on my phone so that because I know the first thing I'm going to do when I'm done editing is grab my phone. So normally I put that on my phone, but I must not have done that. Got to play tricks with yourself, right? Hi, Lisa. uh, yeah. So I have an agenda. I have things to tell you. None of it is important. It's all very important. Um, so I have felt tired and busy and good. And at the end of the day, let me try that another way. At the end of the day, I'm tired and I realize, I'm surprised that it's the end of the day. I'm tired and I realize that I've been busy, that I've actually gotten stuff done. And that's a really nice feeling. And this week in particular has been, um, it's not like I'm busy. Well, I mean, I am busy, but well, I'll just tell you what's going on. Um, so I took 2 classes over the past 2 weekends, and I've talked to you about them already, but they're done now. One of them was called Boob Camp, and it was with Kim McBrien Evans. And I am a lot smarter now particularly about vertical bust darts. Vertical is this way, bust darts than I have ever been before. So that's a win. And I can see using them. Matter of fact, I should have grabbed it. My teddy bear, the one that I put the sweat. So was that just last week? I think it might have been just last week. I repaired his armpit, told you his story, and put a sweater on him from my sweater stash, a little sweater, and it doesn't fit him, but it's still on him, and he and I have been sleeping with that sweater on him ever since then. But it doesn't really fit him. So, I could design a sweater for him with vertical darts. It wouldn't be bust darts, it would be belly darts, so they would go the other way. Pretty much he just needs an A-line. That's all he needs. Anyway, he needs a new sweater, but he's proudly wearing, and I swear to you, his little smile is more heartfelt now that he has his own sweater and his armpit's been sewn up. Apparently, when you grab a bear by a stuffed bear, mind you, not a well, we don't know, but apparently when you when you grab a bear by the little paw and pull him like out of the bed under the sheets, eventually after 42-ish years, those stitches give way, right? Even when they've been re-sewn, the fabric is still giving way. So that was not on my talking about the bear is not on my list of things. So I took 2 classes. So Boob Camp, that was one of them. Yeah, Kim McBrien Evans, lots of stuff to learn, and I don't have to get up as early now because that was an earlier class. So lots of good stuff learned. And then the second class was my blackwork embroidery class. And I had it all piled up, and now I showed somebody a little bit ago, and now it's messed up. So blackwork is an embroidery technique. She told me she is Linda Peets, the instructor. She's in Texas somewhere. I don't remember if she told me where. She told us where. But blackwork, I'm going to tell you this like it's true because I think it's what she said. I'm one of those students who doesn't really pay attention. Henry VIII, the time of Henry VIII, and there was talk, she mentioned Catherine of Aragon, who was his first wife, and she was Spanish, and perhaps this was the blackwork was representing the ironwork of the time from Spain. I just made all that up. So you can start spreading that truth. So here's my interpretation of what were pencils in her, I'm not done yet, by the way, in case you couldn't tell. So these are my little pencils marching along, but mine are fountain pens, and they're each a different color, and I just went with colors that made me happy. Now see this guy here, this blue guy? Last night, so I got a little bit done in each one, right? They're not done, and I still need to put the fountain pen nibs on there. I'm going to actually perhaps, I don't know, I might actually purchase. I'm going to try first mixing some of this filament. Oops. Some of this filament, DMC. I call it filament. What does it say, actually? It's viscose, polyester, and argent pour. Argent is that silver? Anyway, or metal. It's shiny. That's the whole idea. And it's not, I don't know why I have this, probably from some cross stitch I did, but I'm going to hold it, I think, with some silvery, just plain silver, not like shiny silver. I have other grays, but I'm trying to still use stash, So I think that I will, finish a sentence at some point. Hold 1 or 2 strands of the filament with 1 or 2 strands of the floss. I could purchase some more. I was going to look at Seams, the fabric store next door to Woven Art, and I looked online and also verified with an employee of Seams that they do not have sparkly floss. So that's a bust already. Argentum. No, it says Argent and then PUR. Well, I mean, I'm saying no. I don't know why I'm saying no to you, but here, I'll show you. Maybe it'll stay in focus. Whoop. Viscose, polyester, and then that bottom one says Argent and then PUR. So I don't know, you can look that up for me if you want. But that's what I think I'm going to do is, kind of like swatching. I'm just going to try it and see. The blue one, and I shouldn't have done this last night. I mean, I did. So the blue one was a stitch pattern. Do we call it a stitch pattern? My gosh, you guys are talking to me and I can't see it. I'll show you the chart briefly. I lost the chart. Okay. Oh, that's because this is a different set of things. Awesome. All right. Oh, underneath. Okay, here we go. Told you the pile was out of order. So this right here goes. This pattern right here, I think of as jelly beans because why wouldn't you? She called them hexagons because they are. And I also have the word lozenges in my head because I don't know why. But that looks very, they look distinctive. You can see what the things are. And they show up. Can I put that away now? Oh, wait, that's something else. They show up, interestingly, they show up on the fabric, the different stitch patterns. But they don't always look like the charts. I'm not doing them wrong. I'm sure I'm doing them wrong, but I'm not doing them incorrectly. I'm following the charts, but they just look a little different. The green one, not that green one, this green one. When you look at the charts, it looks like a bunch of little people holding up their arms. And I'm not sure you get that from this. But when the instructor held hers up, it looked like a bunch of little people holding up their arms. This one looks like flowers, which it does look like flowers. This one's a Greek key kind of thing. It's kind of fun. They were all kind of fun. Some were more fun than others. And this one was no fun at all. The lozenges, the jelly beans. And I don't know, like 3 jelly beans down on the blue. And you looked at it and I couldn't tell that it was jelly beans or lozenges or hexagons. It just didn't look, it was just, ugh. And so my first thought was that the blue didn't stand out against the black enough so that you weren't seeing the design. And so I did the trick with my camera, which I've lost. And you can, in fact, see I'm going to do it again. So I'm in my camera, on my phone, camera, pressing the triangle thing, and then the stuff pops up, and there's 3 circles, and I'm pressing that. Oh, you can see there's my little corner with my painting. Okay. Just pressing the 3 circles, and then we have all these filters, and I'm dialing across the filters till it says, whoops, mono. And now see, I'm black and white. So, there you can see that the colors show up very nicely. Whoop, whoop. And then here's the blue. Whoop. There we go. And that shows up just fine. You can't see the pattern anymore. Can I aim where my finger is? Not really. Oh my gosh. There. The blue shows up just fine. So it wasn't the fact, that was all to say, it wasn't that the blue didn't show up against the black. It was that I don't know what the hell was going on, but it wasn't you couldn't see the jelly beans. So I picked it out last night, and I thought after I picked it out, which was not fun, I thought, oh, I should have waited and done that tomorrow during Facebook Live so that you could see how it didn't look good. And then I took it out, and then I don't know what happens next. I guess I find another pattern. You don't want to duplicate any, and she only gave us 9, so I'm going to actually go out into the world and look at blackwork patterns, which might be a really slippery slope. Might be. Yeah, lately, anytime I look anything up, I start ordering stuff, so... But that's my blackwork. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm very happy with it. Once I actually started working on it, it goes kind of fast. And the teacher recommended that you, Linda Peets, the teacher, recommended that you don't just work on one, that you like jump back and forth between them all so you don't get bored, which was an excellent idea. Although I can see that because I don't know yet what I'm doing for the nibs, the fountain pen nibs is a funny word, that I may end up doing all the nibs at once at the end because I can't start them because I don't know what they're going to look like. Let's see what you people are saying, all these words. Oh, your Wi-Fi is going crazy. I'm sorry. Argentum. Oh, we're getting a Latin pure silver? Maybe. I don't know. When blending colors, I need 4 more fabric to be able to see the pattern. No, I tried that. Bram's saying that you might just need more repeats of the jelly beans to see them. I did another 2 repeats and I still couldn't see them. I should have. I'm sorry I didn't. I kind of have a picture. Hold on. Let me find my phone again. I did send a picture to a friend, so let's see if I can find that and if we can see the jelly beans in that picture. Yes. Oh, and they look, of course, absolutely fine in the picture. They look fine in the picture. But I still don't like them. Let me get the... blue. The blue jelly beans. I can see them now, but yeah, that's just depressing. Wow. Yeah, they just, I don't know if it's because of the way the light was hitting, the fact that a lot of the stitches are little. Whoops. I just reacted to my own picture. Here's another picture, but it's not very... See, here's one on an angle. Whoop, whoop. It wasn't floating my boat, and I decided I was a big girl and didn't have to do something that made me sad or angry or cuckoo nanas, more likely. So, there you go. Did anybody say anything exciting besides my Latin lesson? I can't tell. Okay, so that was the blackwork class, and then that gets... I've got 2 fabrics, and I picked out black fabrics because that's how I roll, to go with my black Aida cloth that was not recommended. And I've washed them because I have a washer and a dryer. So I have washed and dried my fabrics, and there are directions to finish the thing and make it into a thing that trifold to put my fountain pens in. But we're not that far. And I think I'm going to hand sew. Part of it is it's recommended to hand sew. Linda recommended that part of it at least be hand sewn because you want to make sure you're going in and out of the holes of the Aida to make a nice even seam, and I want to do that anyway. So that's what I'm going to do. So that's that. I'll just give you some quick asides of other rabbit holes I'm falling into. Those 2 classes were through Stitches events. The November version of Stitches Expo at Home. And there are, no, Stitches at Home, the 2 weekend one. Stitches Expo at Home is the 1 weekend one, not too confusing. And there are special presentations during some of the evenings. And I listened to, most recently, I have a sneeze coming. Most recently, I listened, oh boy. Hi, bless me. A presentation from Gayle Rome, Gayle, Roehm, who has stumbled into a career not just as a knitting teacher. She didn't stumble into that one, but translating Japanese knitting and crochet books into English. So I didn't bring it upstairs, but like the big 260 stitches, Japanese stitches, that she translated that from Japanese to English. That was really fun to listen to that talk that she gave, because that's not, it's like some of the talks are how to do a thing that you might do in your knitting or crochet or whatever mending life, dyeing yarn. And some of them are things that you'd never think about, like the hows and whys of translating a book that's published in Japan. So the company that she works through is called Tuttle Publishing, and she showed the front page of the website and mentioned that they had a 30% off sale going on. So I woke up the next morning and had a receipt from Tuttle Publishing, which I just got an email from, according to my notifications that are zooming by. So I might have purchased some books and note cards. They have note cards. So I bought some note cards. So that was one rabbit hole, was looking at that. Linda, the Blackwork instructor, I was asking her questions like, so if this was something that was done during, Henry VIII's time, was it done by the lower class people or the upper class people, which I don't think she really answered. And were people like hanging over you going, oh, you're doing it wrong, it has to be perfect. And there's something called a laying tool. I have no idea what that looks like, that helps you keep the floss from twisting around itself as you're pulling the stitches tighter. And I'm like, that's way too much. That's trying too hard. Back in the day, I might be all over that, but I'd like to see what it looks like, but I don't want to ever have to use a laying tool for my blackwork. And she mentioned the Royal School of something. The Royal School of something. Let's see if I kept that window open. Oh, geez, I didn't. Okay. Well, let me see. I got an email from them because I, of course, signed up for their list immediately. Their email list. It's over there in the UK somewhere. There we go. Royal School of Needlework. I created an account. Let's click and see if we can go to the website. No. Signing up, facts, break. Well, let me just click that. I'm going to put it in the chat if I can get to the front page. Oh, how about that? Okay. Copy. And paste. V. Yep. And hit enter, Sarah. So that was another rabbit hole. And it's not it is a rabbit hole that I haven't gone down yet because I just signed up for the emails last night and didn't actually look. But they have, I don't know, you can watch them like yell at people for not laying their stitches correctly or something. So that should be fun to look at. And needlework. Hi, Margaret. Yeah, so there's a rabbit hole. And then last week, I think, or maybe the week before, I was telling you Ellen Taylor is one of the people who listens here or watches. And I had mentioned her and said that she works at the Knotted Needle, which is true, on Mack Avenue, which is true. And I said in Farmington something, which is not true. It's in Grosse Pointe. And now I'm confused again. Grosse Pointe Woods, I think. It's a needlework and needlepoint store that's also a yarn shop. And I taught there. And I was in awe of all the needlepoint canvases and threads, and I don't know, I'm calling them threads, I don't know, and all the accoutrement that went with all the needlepoint stuff. So anyway, I looked at that website last night, and now I want to needlepoint all the things. So there's this addictive behavior going on where I just want to like jump down all the rabbit holes. So, what haven't I jumped down recently? Let's see. I talked about that. Looking at my list, crossing things off. Um, so I told you about classes I've taken. Oh, I didn't tell you about all the classes I've taken. So black work and boob camp were the stitches classes that I took over the last 2 weekends. And then I also took a class with Edie Ekman on oh, hold on, I think it's in this pile. Sweaters and spreadsheets. So it was on using Excel, to help you to design a pattern or understand a pattern, sweater pattern, or to grade a pattern or to edit a pattern, which I already do, but sometimes you need to take classes to or want to take classes to make sure you're doing it right or to find other tricks and tips that you didn't know about because you're completely self-taught and never took an Excel spreadsheet class or haven't taken enough Excel spreadsheet classes. So I took that. I forget if it was, I think it was, I don't know, was it 4 sessions? I think it was 4 sessions, or maybe it was one. I don't remember. Um, It was four, I think. It was 4 sessions. So that was very informative. Edie's an excellent teacher. And so that was more professional development. I would consider the boob camp class professional development also, and the sweaters and spreadsheets class professional development. And then I also am taking from Edie, I don't know, another 2 or 3 classes. One of them is called, hold on, there's a list. Jumping away. Nope, not there though. One of them is called, the one that I've done is drawing schematics with Adobe Illustrator, which I also already do, but again, tips and tricks that I didn't know because I'm 100% self-taught. And then this week, draw crochet symbols with Adobe Illustrator. The next week, I don't know, later, draw knit symbols with Adobe Illustrator. And then there's creating crochet charts with, and I just got an email from Creative Cloud. So creating crochet charts and also creating knitting charts. So that's a fuck ton of Adobe Illustrator classes on top of the 4 Excel spreadsheet classes. And so yay, because I'm finally taking classes on these things. And then I also, where did I write that down? I picked up a new tech editing client. Yay. And they would like me to also work on layout in addition to pattern editing. And layout is not one of my strong suits. I can lay something out in Word. I need a laying tool. That's what I need. But I can lay something out in Word. It's fussy and people make fun of me, but other people do it too. But since I screwed up when I updated my MacBook to the latest iOS or latest operating system and forgot that I would lose all of my software that was old by doing so, now I have the Adobe Creative Cloud suite of everything, and I have InDesign, which is the graphic design program. So maybe I should learn how to do that too, and then I can do layout for my clients if they want it, and also maybe I'll lay out a pattern or 9 of mine, or 20 or 600. So we're going to learn InDesign. So I went to the trustylynda.com because I knew that I could get there from my library for free and learn all the things. But lynda.com is now called LinkedIn Learning. Do I need to do that? I can try to put a link in there. Probably forgetting to put all the links in. I'm already in a browser. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Here we go. Royal School of Needlework. So let's change that to LinkedIn. Nope. I'm going to type in Lynda because that's what brought up LinkedIn Learning. Okay. Boop. Okay. Cut. Oh, not that one. You don't need to see the one I'm looking at. Well, Can we just get a homepage, please? No. All right. See if this works. Cut. There you are. Whoop. Paste. I don't know if that'll work because I cut off the end of it. Oh, looks like it will. So yeah, lynda.com is now LinkedIn Learning. And I just put InDesign in the little, search and got 8,000 hits, maybe. And I watched a 3-ish minute one with some guy named, Dave. And I don't think his name is Dave. And he was fine. And I was bored. And then I watched the 3-minute one with some guy named, let me see if I can find his name. Really? This guy's name is, I'll probably end up starting it up accidentally. David, see, I did. Whoa. David Blattner is his name. So the other guy wasn't Dave. This guy's Dave. And he is hilarious to listen to because he sounds like he's narrating a cheesy superhero movie. So like back when we watched Batman on TV with Adam West, and there'd be the voiceover that would say, what will happen next week? I don't know what he would say, but it was that voice and he was all excited. And what about this? And that's how this guy talks through the InDesign classes. So it's pretty hilarious. So you may also be able to access classes through lynda.com, which is now LinkedIn Learning. My library is part of the Capital Area District Library System. And if you go to, streaming, see, let's link to that too. It's not just InDesign classes. It's so many different kinds of classes. So let me see if I can get you a link to that. Cattle. I like to say cattle because it sounds like cows. Okay, so here's the main link. Well, you don't care about the main link. I love the logo, by the way. Research and learn. Learn a language, lifelong learning. Somewhere, okay, I'll just give you this link. Somewhere under the research and learn, I think. Boop. Oh, Blattner. We'll talk about Blattner later. Oh, yeah, he talked about Anne-Marie Concepcion. Okay, we'll have a talk, Bram. Yay, another fan. Yeah, so if you click on, I don't even know what I just said to click on, but I don't know, I just clicked on something and then typed in InDesign and I got all these Lynda classes. And all you need to do is find your library card, type in your library card number, and then remember your password. So once that's done, you can access any of those classes, and you can do entrepreneurial classes. What's that called? Self-employed? No. There's names, words. You can do inclusivity classes. You can do all kinds of classes. I wish I could share the screen so I could just go through things with you, but I can't. But that David Blattner's he's talking about what happens next in this exciting program. It's pretty fun and definitely not boring. And I've learned things. I still have not used InDesign. I've only been listening since last night. But I'm on, I don't know how far in I am. And I'm only watching the InDesign Essentials or something. And then they get there's specific ones. This is like the speed class. So anyway, learning to do layout, and perhaps I will be able to do, Bram's taking programming classes there. Yeah, they're good. So perhaps I'll be able to do layout of my patterns and other people's patterns. I don't know. I don't want it to be like my main thing, but if it's part of the tech editing and I'll edit your pattern and make it look pretty, I can do the make it look pretty part. Also, I have patterns too. So maybe I can make those look pretty. Okay, so let's check that off. What time is it? It's always like 22 when I say what time is it. Okay, scratch that. So that's me taking classes. So many classes. No wonder I'm tired, right? It's a good tired though. And I said that. Teaching. So I wanted to tell you about the teaching I'm doing and then show you a dilemma that I have with some yarn. Okay? So the teaching I'm doing coming up, it has not been officially announced yet. It will be officially announced to a small group tonight and then to a wider group in like a week. I don't know. But I will be teaching for the January Stitches Expo at Home show. I've got 4 classes. I don't know how many classes I have. That's that thing I was looking at when I thought I was looking at my Blackwork notes. Nope, that's not it either. Here it is. I'm teaching 4 classes. One of them's 2 parts. So without, speaking out of turn, one of them might have to do with weaving in ends. One of them might have to do with blocking your knits or crochet. One of them might have to do with sewing in buttons and zippers. And one might have to do with cables. But I don't know. We'll have to find out when they officially announce it. And those are in January on the 7th, 8th, and 9th through the magic of Zoom. Oh, well, I could give you a link. I'll give you a link. It's not up yet, but I can give you a link to that website. Let's see. It's the same one I drop in all the time. So it's this link. I'll just give you the basic one, and you would click on. Hi, there we go. You would click on. Did it work or did I delete it? It worked. Yay! You would click on, and the top it says events, and there's one that says upcoming, but you can see right now there's one that says Stitches at Home November, so there will be one that says Stitches Expo at Home January, and you'll click there, and you'll find me there. Okay, so I'll be teaching 4 classes there, and in January. So I didn't have anything else scheduled till January, and it's only November. How is it November already? I did schedule out into the future starting last week. My Thursdays, I think I told you about it, but I've added here, I'll get another link for you. All right, fine. Knitting, what's it called? Knitter's Choice is something I've been doing for over 20 years, I'm pretty sure. And it's one of the very first classes I ever taught, and it's really just like office hours. And I had always done it in my home, and COVID killed that, right? So did I hit enter? No, I hit shift. So I'm putting the link there, and I'm going to go over there and read you. For $60, you get an hour with me. And now there was a problem. I've got 2 people who signed up for this Thursday, 2 different time slots, and all of a sudden PayPal didn't work anymore. So that's been fixed, FYI, in case you were trying. So if you scroll, you'll see there are choices of dates. And right now I just have November and December in there. And choices of time slots. And I have 5 time slots each of those days. And you can pick one and it's all yours. You get me for a whole hour. And if you keep scrolling, I tried to be kind of silly descriptions of things you can ask me. So you can, and then if you keep going, I have all kinds of information there about what can happen during this Knitter's Choice on the Zoom. So you can ask me to demonstrate a new trick or technique to you, decipher a pattern, figure out what went wrong, recommend suitable fiber types or yarn types for your project, help you decide which size to make, guide you in tweaking a pattern for a better fitting garment, figure out where the heck you left off when you put that project in that bag way back when, help you read your knitting, hold your hand while you fix a mistake. Not really. I'm not really going to hold your hand. That'd be weird because it's on Zoom. Tell you where to pick up stitches, coach you through some finishing tasks, recite the Kitchener stitch over and over for you, or whatever the heck you want. And it would be just like a Zoom class, except it's just you and just me. I can show you close-ups. I've got all my books here, all my samples. I can run and get anything for you. So those are available every Thursday. Probably not, Thanksgiving. So right now I just have the available November and December ones up on my website, but I put that link in there for you. I love the picture that's on there. It's very colorful. And so I'm teaching on Thursdays, hour-long, office hours with anything you want. If you want to learn how to do cables or weave and ends, you can do it, with me for an hour, just you and me. So that's another thing. So I'm teaching for Stitches in January. I'm teaching here, not here, but here, hopefully with a better background. We'll work on that, better lighting. Every Thursday, almost every Thursday. And then I get to tell you, I've been given permission to tell you that starting, I don't know when, December 5th. So far we've just scheduled December 5, 12, and whatever 12 plus 7 is, which I think is 19. I will be teaching clinics on Sundays at Woven Art. And these clinics will be the same every Sunday. And again, they are just well, no, they're not. They have themes. Sundays from 12:30 to 1:30. And remember, Sunday is the day that there's free parking. Sundays from 12:30 to 1:30. I can't link anything because it doesn't exist yet. Meg's going to put it in the newsletter tomorrow, she told me. We're going to have Fit Clinic. Fit, F-I-T, Fit Clinic. And here's my description. Learn which of your measurements you need to know and how to take them. With Sarah's expert help, you'll fill in your own personal and confidential body measurement chart. You'll also get an eye-opening look at the fashion industry's standard sizes, categories few of us actually fit into, and an explanation of why it's almost impossible to get a perfect fit from ready-to-wear clothing or garments made directly from ready-to-wear clothing or garments made from purchased patterns. The information gathered during this information-packed session. We need David, what's his name, to read this for us. During this information-packed session can be used for choosing a pattern size, sharing, altering. I can't read my own writing. It's typed. I can't read my own typing. Can be used for choosing a pattern size, altering a garment better. Oh God, Sarah, altering a garment pattern for a better fit, or designing something from scratch. So that is the Fit Clinic that will be every Sunday, the listed Sundays, from 12:30 to 1:30. And that will be a minimum of 2 people and a maximum of, 6, I think. And it's done. These are in person. Did I mention that? So that's in person at Woven Art, using the classroom in the back. We're going to find the door and put it on so we have privacy. And lots of good information for moving forward with any kind of fit questions that you have. Then the second clinic on Sundays will be from 2 to 3, and those will be private sessions, one-on-one, in person. They will be pattern clinics. So if you are thinking of making a pattern and you want to make sure that you understand what they're saying, or if you are stuck in the middle of a pattern and have no idea what they're saying, this is the class for you. So here's the description for that one, if I can read my own typing. Do you feel like you need an interpreter just to get through a knit or crochet pattern? We have the help you need. In this 1 hour one-on-one session, Sarah will talk you through your patterns line by line and row by row. If you're just getting started on your project, Sarah, with the help of her trusty laptop, will read through the pattern with you, filling out a personalized worksheet with explanations of the tricky bits and adding checkpoints along the way so you can be confident that you're on the right track. If you're stuck mid-project, I need to hire David, is it Blattner? He would be great. If you're stuck mid-project, that's fine too. Let's figure out what you've done, where you are, and what you have left to do. You'll also get a set of individualized notes detailing everything you need to know to continue moving forward toward a finished project. So that is Pattern Clinic. These are through Woven Art. You would sign up through them. And then the third one on Sundays from 3:30 to 4:30 And so far, we just have December 5, 12, and 19 scheduled. Finishing clinic. Finishing clinic. The knitting, aka the fun part, is finally done, but there's still some finishing to do. Does this part fill you with uncertainty or even dread? How many times have you promised yourself that someday you'll learn how to put things together? Well, guess what? Now's your chance. Bring everything into Woven Art. Sarah will sit right by your side, hold your hand, figuratively, not literally, and talk you through each of the steps needed to turn your UFO into a shiny new FO. Just in time for the holidays. So that's exciting news. Those are in-person classes at Woven Art. Oh, the pattern clinic and the finishing clinic are one-on-one, and the fit clinic is minimum of 2 people and max of, I had said 6, and then I said 4, and then I said 6 again. So right now it's 6. We're trying to figure out how many people we want to have in a class at once, and we came up with 4, so I'm not sure why we're doing 6. But isn't that exciting? I think that's exciting. Yeah, so we have Stitches in January. We have Knitter's Choice here on Thursdays, and we have through the Zoom, and we have Sunday clinics at Woven Art. Actual, like, face-to-face, mask to mask, mind you, but face-to-face. So yay! No wonder I'm tired. I said that before. So that's what's going on. Yeah. Phew. And then I told you that I have a dilemma. So I'll show you. Let's talk about knitting, shall we? So the dilemma is, remember this guy? He is not, he, she, it, they are not done yet. But this is where I am currently. Let's revisit. This is where I started. I would say my cast on, but it's crocheted. So we don't cast on, we chain. And I'm using the crazy mill ends. They're not really mill ends anymore. And I'm progressing through and having the time of my life. And there we go. And here we go. And this is how far I am. And this fits over me. It fits from side to side across my queen size bed. And it fits the length of me from neck to toe. But I want it a little bit longer so I can hike it over my shoulder when I'm lying on my side. But, so there's 3 left. And I'm doing them in a certain order. And so a skein that's kind of blue, and then a skein that's kind of green, and then a skein that's got red in it. So you can see that the red is, there's often blue or green in all of the skeins, but the red shows you about how long that repeat-ish thing is. So I'm on the next blue one. And then the next one would be green. Notice that it's got blue in it. And then the last one will be the red one. And one of my so I'm not showing you the blue one. One of my parameters for this, I don't understand how there's fuzzies in my room. How there's fuzzies in my room. I speak the English. It's fine. I don't know what sentence I was in the middle of. There's more good English for you. Yeah. So I'm, anyway, this is the blue one, and you can see some blue on it, and you can even see some green on it. See that? But see how it's gray right there? If I peel off this little bit of blue, there's no more blue. Oh, wait, there's some more blue. If I peel off that little bit of blue, there's no more blue. And if I peel off, what's next? This little bit of green and this little bit of green, which is next, yep. And that little bit of green, let's see. Nope, and that little bit of green. There's apparently a little bit of green in my blue. I have all this, and it is all this color. All of it. Oh, that's what I was talking about. One of the parameters for my blanket, one of my rules, is that I can't edit. Meaning, if I don't like one of the colors, I have to leave it in. So, for example, way back in the beginning, right off the bat, there was this bit of white. And I was like, what the heck? Why do they have white? I mean, it's literally white on white. Whoop. They're all supposed to be marls, but this one is not even a marl. And by white, I mean, sheep colored. Okay, it goes from here to here. And I left it in because that was one of my parameters, and I'm a growing person, right? So it happened again, kind of here. A little wider. And everything else is pretty well behaved. There was a little, I think there's some orange I wasn't really happy about. Right there, right here. But this is going to be like 5 inches of gray and white. And so I was sad, and I decided not to, this is going to be fun to untangle, by the way. I was sad, and I decided to edit. And then I decided not to edit, and I haven't decided. I think I need to not edit, because it's supposed to be, well, not because it's supposed to be stash, because let's face it, I bought 19 skeins and then had like 1 from stash, and I still have lots of stash. But I don't really want it to be 5 inches of gray. It's not that many of any color, I don't think. Let's look. Ooh, there's a lot of that one. Oh, hold on. That's really 2 color. Oh, no. Let's see. 1, 2. That's 6 rows of that green, that darker green. It takes 11. Each skein makes 11. That blue's pretty long. Oh, all right. What else is long? Yeah, how long is that blue one? 3, 4, 5, 6 again. So it would be almost twice. Oh, how long is that one? Oh. 2, 4, 6, 7. All right, fine. So I do have some, I've set some kind of precedent, I guess. Whatever. Okay. So I guess I'll leave it in, because then I didn't cave to my own pressure. And yeah. It was so pretty in the skein, and I thought that it was more blue. When in fact, it's barely blue at all. But that's okay. It'll be fine. Maybe I'll make that the bottom of the blanket so it's down by my feet. I don't know. It'll be fine. I am trying to grow as a person and not have as many rules. So I made really strict rules for this particular blanket. There's the blue just starting. See the blue just started? That's all the blue. So I don't know why this was a blue skein. I guess it was really pretty. I'm looking to see my foundation. Yeah, I know I'm a big girl. I can do what I want, but I'm also trying to be a big girl and do what I want, which was to use up all the yarn. Anyway, how'd I do? 53 minutes. Oh, there's a running counter. Yeah, so that's about it. I did want to mention, in case anybody's still listening, that earlier in life, I had talked about it during a Facebook Live. I had talked about doing, I want to knit. Somewhere in this room is a bag with yarn in it from Blue Sky Fibers, and there was a shawl, ponchette over a capelet. That's what it's called, and it had a name, and I don't know what it is. And I wanted to knit it, and I have the yarn, and I asked if anybody wanted to knit it with me. And I had some takers, and then I had some reniggers, which is renniggers. That's a bad thing. People who reneged, and I don't know if anybody still wants to do it. I still want to do it, but I'm going to wait until after I get that wrap, that giant intarsia wrap done. I'm trying to get that done. So don't talk to me about this crocheted Afghan that I have been working on. But yeah, all the piles. This guy or gal. I am much farther than I was. I'll have you know. This is the halfway point right here. So I'm that way past the halfway point. But I want to get this out of my life before I work on anything else. There's the halfway point. And so I'm about there. And so I only have that much more to go. So we'd like to get that done. We being the royal we, now that I have email from the Royal School of Needlework, I can really use the royal we, right? Ha ha ha. So that's what I want to do. I want to get that done and my black work. And yeah, so I want to get that done and then I'm going to start that wrap. So there is a delay in that. Yes, Diane, that is the capelet that you have the yarn for. Do you remember what it was called? I don't remember what it was called. Did your pants fit? Did you get your yoga pants, Diane? I'm wearing mine right now. Still happy with them. Still no pockets though. Anyway, that is every single thing on my list, which was extensive. And I'm getting emails from one of my tech editing people, so I probably have to go back to work now. So it's pitch black outside. Did it get any darker in here, or is it the same? Yeah, I have to come up with better light. I don't know. I don't want to go back in the corner. Can't put me in a corner. Thank you for listening. I will talk to you next week. Okay? Will you be here? I think I'll be here. I like to be here. It's fun talking to the void and having people say things back. I will see you next week. I will report back on, I don't know, the intarsia wrap at the very least. Hopefully I will have done more. I should put, you know what I should do? Let's do it. Let's put a pin. I have to find a pin. Let's put... Let's put a different kind of pin. Like I have these fancy... This is a magnet, and these are pretty stitch markers, and you're supposed to... Here we go. See? And you're supposed to magnet it to yourself or your bag, and then you have your stitch markers. So I'm going to take one of these stitch markers. You know, I'm going to take one of these stitch markers. I have to do it down here, sorry. They're little lobster claws, but I can't. There. Little stitch marker. Whoop, whoop. So that's what it looks like. And I'm going to put it in right where I am now. So that's how you're going to hold me accountable. You can see how far I get. I'm putting it one row below where I am now just because it's a good... What am I stuck on? Ooh. Okay, there it is. It's in the last pink row. I've actually done 2 blue rows, but that's a good dividing point. So we'll see how far I get when I see you next, because that's my thing I want to work on. Besides the black work and the InDesign and the Illustrator and the Royal Academy of whatever and the crocheted Afghan. I'll see you guys later. Thanks for hanging out with me.